Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Well, they need mucking out. Watch out for that coming up. That's quite high up. The bedding in there, we'll be mucking them out soon. But in today's video we are actually answering you lovely lots questions. So about a week ago I got 1,500 subscribers. So what we're going to do today is we're going to answer all your questions. So it's a bit late because I did say I'll do it on the Sunday. Today is actually Wednesday the 19th. Is it 19th today? We'll find out. Yes it is. So we're going to answer you got lovely lots of questions. So put your phone up. So we had a couple of emails, 2 or 3 I think. And then we had some comments as well. So we'll start with the comments, the YouTube comments. So how do we get on there? No, not that one. So the video only had 162 views, which is not very good at all. No, not in the YouTube world anyway. But we had lots of questions, so we'll answer a few questions. So we'll start at the bottom and work up. Right, so Bob Patterson, he was one of the first people to comment. He's asked 2 questions, so we'll start off with him. So we'll start off with you, Bob. So, he says, not sure if you have told us how many acres you farm and do you live on the farm? Right, so that's a very good question. I don't think I have actually mentioned how many acres we do actually farm. Although I've said in the silage in the bales video how many acres we mow. But anyway, we farm 330 acres approximately on our farm, and then we rent a block of ground of 70 some acres. It works out just over 400 acres that we're farming. So, that's your question. Yes, your answer. Over 400 acres we're farming. And your other question, do you live on the farm? Yes, I do. I do live on the farm. I do at the minute anyway. So, yeah, I live on the farm. So have I lived always on the farm? As long as I've farmed here, I have. Ever since I left school, yes. Yes, I have. So, although that wasn't part of the question, that's just me waffling on. But, yeah. One problem you do find, though, living on the farm, it's hard to switch off. Yeah, you're always sort of switched on, even late at night. If you can hear cows bawling outside, you think the worst, the cows have escaped or something drastic has happened. But yeah, I do live on the farm. You sort of have to when you're dairy farming. Well, I say have to. It's more convenient if you do because, like, I think last year there was only like 3 morning milkings I missed. So I did like 360 something, like 360, was it last year or leap year? 366. So I did 363 milkings, morning milkings, which I missed one because me and my other half went to a wedding, and I missed 2 because I was ill. I'm sure I missed 1, if not 2, because I was ill. So that's the answer to that question. So yeah, it just makes it more convenient. Just because, like, we start milking at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, if you've got to drive half an hour to get here, that would be a bit inconvenient. You really wouldn't want to be doing that. But yeah, so hopefully that's answered your questions, Bob. Right. Someone called Moore C2730 said, "Don't worry too much about videos being repetitive." I think that's a good point to actually say because, that's not a question, but I think it's a very important thing to point out. Farming is very repetitive, and I said that in the previous video about being a bit worried about my videos getting a bit repetitive, but. Doesn't matter to farming is like that. What ideas? So this is from a Johnny Townley, 1896. So what ideas for the farm going forward? I like to do the YouTubing, as you like to, if that you lovely lot seem to watch my videos, so I do enjoy doing that. I think social media does have an influence, though, in general, on farming. Trying to get the message out there that your food doesn't come off a supermarket shelf. Ideas for the farm going forward, though, I don't plan on milking any more cows. So I'm milking 190. That was a previous question of somebody. Yeah, someone said a while ago, if not it weren't on a question in this video, I'm milking 190. I don't really have any plans to milk any more than that. I haven't got the room for any bigger herd than that. We've milked up to 200 before, even just over 200, and it's more than enough. In summer, you can get away with doing that. It's in the winter where you struggle because of housing and everything. But really, I don't really see what might change for the farm. I'd like a new cubicle shed. I don't really want to... If some land came up for sale nearby, I'd be half interested, but I can't see anything else I can really answer that to. There's nothing really going to change. Everyone's saying, a lot of comments before about, getting a silage pit and what have you. That's definitely not happening at the minute. We're stuck with us bales. Have you always been a massive farm, or did you have... So this is from a Beef Stew 1332. My question would be to have you always been massive farm, or have you had other brands previously? And do you think you will ever go? And do you think you'll ever go for something other than Massey? I know for sure I wouldn't. Right, so... Yeah, well, we've always been a massive farm. We've had a couple of David Browns, my dad has, and my granddad in the past. And he had a Ford 7600. But apart from that, they've not had anything else other than Masses, really. We'll have to do a tractor tour of the old tractors that have previously been before on a video. So we'll have to do that at some point. Someone's put 135 walk around, please. Yes, we will definitely do that at some point. Someone put Sean Nooney 6711 has put, my question, would you ever think of changing any of the tractors? Potentially, maybe. There's a couple of tractors are my own personal preference. I'm not sure if my brother and my dad feel the same, that we'd swap and have something a bit different. But yeah, the 390T will definitely never leave here. 390, I'll say on the borderline, because the two-wheel drive 390, I'm on the fence about that tractor, to be honest. The 399, that again, like the 390T, is never going to leave here, not unless something absolutely drastic happens to that tractor. I don't think the 135 would ever leave here either. But at the minute, no, there's no change. There's nothing on the cards for changing any of the tractors. They're perfectly fine as they are for the time being. How many people? So this is a Richie Quirky 4524. Has put, how many people work full time on the farm? 3, pretty much. Me, my brother, and my dad. My mum, as such, she does the paperwork bit behind the scenes. My dad's, I'd like to say semi-retired, but he'll be 71 this year actually, and he still does all the feeding up. We're a Massey Ferguson 265. Well, most of the feeding up. But yeah, that's 3 of us, and then my other half, Izzy, and my brother's other half, Ruby, help out when they can, normally like after work on weekends. If there's anything we need help with, like when we're TB testing, Ruby comes and helps my brother when he's lambing his sheep, when we're turning heifers out, when we're bringing heifers back in, we're moving heifers when they're outside, anything like that. They always here to help if we need them. Someone else put, so John Man 2904 put, which farming channels do you watch on YouTube? That's a very good question. That no one's ever asked me that before. So everyone knows who Tom Pemberton is. I don't watch him. I don't watch every video he puts up, but I'll watch him occasionally. Cow Farmer Dan, I do watch him. He's got some nice sliter masses. I've watched a couple of Joe Seals videos before. Who else? Trying to think who else I watch. Oh, Sisters in Wellies, I watched them. So I watched them on YouTube. I don't think they got famous with YouTube. I think they got I think they started with Instagram, then they went on to YouTube. I think I could be wrong, but yeah. Whereas I'm just trying to have a go on YouTube. I've got an Instagram. I'll put it here if I remember to, and you can go and follow that if you want. But I rarely put out on that. Who else? Oh, the Farm Theory. I watch him. Farm Theory Northern Ireland. I watch him a bit on YouTube. He's very he's full of information about farming and that. Got all the statistics. So yeah, he's a good one to go and follow. So, but I'm telling you to go and follow these, and they've got more subscribers than I do. So, yeah. Farmer Phil. I watch him occasionally. I do watch the odd video of I Farm, We Farm as well. Oh, and the Funky Farmer. I watch him quite a lot as well. But I watched him like religiously when I was young, when I was just like leaving school, when my farming career was starting. That's when I got big into watching the Funky Farmer, and I still watch him now. I watched quite a few of his videos. I nearly forgot about him. We don't want to miss Richard off. Well, then we'll go on to the emails. So, I'm not going to read these people's names out because I'm guessing they've emailed me because they want to stay anonymous. Could well be wrong on that, but I'll just read the things. How many cows do you milk? It's quite simple. Answered that before. 190. Who else was there on emails? Just got to go through all the emails and see which ones are for this. This one. Would you ever open a farm shop and sell your produce locally? I can't say I've actually ever thought about it too much detail before, but you'd need a lot of staff doing that. You'd have to employ a lot of staff. You'd have to build a shop for a start, so that would be a big expenditure. Then you'd have to employ staff to sell your produce in that. Then you'd have to go through more food standards regulations because you're trying to sell your food straight off farm rather than to a... if I'm selling milk in a farm shop and someone gets ill, that comes straight back off me. Whereas if my milk gets picked up by a milk tanker, it's tested in a processing plant, goes off for a load of other milk, and then it's all mixed together in the same pot, then goes off to someone, and then 1 in 1 million people, or whatever it is, gets ill and makes a complaint, that goes back to their processor, not me. Whereas if someone got ill out after eating food from my farm shop, that comes straight back on me and could shut me down or sue me. So yeah, that's just one scenario that could happen, but it's not. There's a few farm shops around here. I'll leave that to them. If they want to do that, that's fine. They've probably taken up the market with that. Whereas me, I'm quite happy sending my milk to X, Y, and Z milk buyer out there. They can sort that out for themselves, as long as they pay a fair price. But that is it for the questions. So, sorry for waffling on. So, hopefully that's answered everyone's questions, and I've done as I've promised, and I've answered them all. So, thank you to the 1,500 subscriber mark. So we're on 1,520 something now. So big thank you for that. So in a week we've gone up 20. So that's quite good, really. Hope you'll have there's a few videos I'm planning coming up very soon, shortly, hopefully. But for now, it's coming up to nearly 3:30, and I need to go and start milking. So, yes, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in my next one, hopefully. And thank you for watching, and thank you for all your lovely comments, because I do like reading them. I'm not the quickest replier to all these comments either, by the way, so sometimes it might take me a week or so, because I forget about them. I'll be totally honest with you, I just forget to reply, and then I'll go and have a look and like, whoa, there's a load of comments that need replying to. And it's only fair that I'll reply to them, it's just, bear with me, because sometimes I just forget. But anyway, like I say, thumbs up if you enjoyed this, subscribe as always, and I will see you in my next one. See ya, bye!